If you're feeling bullied by your inner critic, or you notice that you've been trying to motivate yourself by being mean, I'm going to offer you an alternative path. And that is the path of being self-honoring. Being self-honoring means that you take a stance of respect, of care, of reverence, tenderness, compassion towards yourself, and the fact that you are someone on an academic path who chooses to engage with complex projects that are in a state of uncertainty and ambiguity almost the entire time you're working on them. That is hard. That's vulnerable. That's risky. We subject ourselves to criticism from peers, from faculty, if you're a graduate student, from reviewers, that can feel very harsh and make us question like our intelligence and, whether we even belong in academia in the first place. This is an arduous journey that we're on, and we need to show up for ourselves. So when you orient yourself to being kind and compassionate in this way, to honoring yourself, away from using self-criticism as a way to motivate yourself, you start to power yourself in a different way, to be able to engage in the work in a way that works for you, right? Where you are dropping your eyes inside and scanning and noticing what's going on with you. You're actually listening and feeling what's happening inside. You're taking a different stance towards yourself, which is, oh, I'm doing something difficult. I must need care. I must need comfort. I must need compassion. So this week in our co-working community, our theme for the week is self-honoring. So it's going to be a great week of practicing and learning how to open up pathways to be able to honor yourself in the moment so that you can get to work, so that you can focus and concentrate and get things crossed off your to-do list. So this week in our retreats, I encourage you to practice self-honoring. Here are a few ways to get you started. Number one, have realistic expectations. It's so easy to imagine ourselves doing a quantity or quality of work in a given time frame that's just not humane. We think, oh, I'm going to write my lit review this weekend. No, you're not. What is a humane, realistic expectation? Maybe you're going to brainstorm an outline. Maybe you're going to write in a very rough way a section with much lower standards. It's so important that you have standards for the quantity and quality of work that are actually possible for you to achieve given the stage of the process you're in. If you haven't drafted anything, you're not going to write beautiful prose today. You're just going to get rough stuff down on paper. Also, you want to honor the version of you who showed up. This is where we drop our eyes inside. We scan inward and we notice, what condition am I in? What's the internal weather pattern? How do I find myself in this moment? Am I in the condition where I'm actually going to be able to do what I said I was going to do? So if you're not in a great state, if you're irritable, you're distracted, you're feeling really pressured and overwhelmed, and you're too rattled to work effectively, well, then honor that. See if you can do something to soothe yourself, support yourself, make some kind of shift internally or externally that will help you get into a better space to actually work. There's no point jumping into working when you're not actually in a state to work. And then you also can adjust what the task is. Perhaps the version of you that showed up is not capable of writing a paragraph right now. Well, what is the current version of you able to do? Can it do some rough brainstorming? Can it talk out loud and just record your thoughts and then go back and listen and document the key points? What's possible for you to do? And this week, this might sound obvious, it's really important that we honor our basic needs. Academia, we can have us all up in our heads and we can forget we're human beings with bodies, right? That have real legitimate needs for air, for water, right? For rest and food and contact with people and safety, right? There are things your system legitimately needs. And I know I've been around a lot of academics for a long time who deny their needs for water, won't let themselves get up to go to the bathroom. When you honor the reality of you have legitimate human needs, you're going to support yourself to be able to better work effectively and be able to concentrate because you're taking care of the being who has to actually perform and do all that work. All right. I am looking forward to practicing self-honoring with all of you. I hope if you have not experienced what our co-working community has to offer, you will come and try a free week. Even if that's all you ever do, I hope you'll find you learn some wisdom that really helps you on whatever your academic journey is. So go to our bio and we have a link to our website and you can sign up for a free week. All right, everybody, see you on Zoom.